Welcome to 2 Minutes of Truth about the Port Arthur Massacre. Episode 4, Suspicious Seminars. It's widely accepted that on the 28th of April 1996, Martin Bryant woke up, decided to kill people, and drove to Port Arthur, where he did just that. The next morning, 35 people were dead, 25 wounded, and the nation was never the same. Port Arthur Historic Site was open on the day of the massacre, but not everyone was there. 10 of the most senior managers were conveniently off-site at a development seminar. The 28th of April 1996 was a Sunday, which makes it all the more unusual for a state government operation to schedule a seminar for their managers. Why would public servants give up their Sunday for a training seminar when they could schedule it for a workday, a nice junket up the coast? 2 internal memos were circulated to staff indicating that 10 managers would be taken off-site at 11 a.m. to Swansea, a 2-hour drive up the coast. The timing meant that these staff were well out of harm's way when the shooting began. The lack of any agenda or a visiting speaker is also curious. Normally, such development sessions would involve a professional facilitator to prepare a report to justify the expenditure on accommodation, meals and so forth. Royal Hobart Hospital also had a seminar on that Sunday. Members of the Royal College of Surgeons were learning the latest techniques for treating gunshot wounds when the massacre began, and some of those attendees stayed back to operate on the wounded. Also very convenient. With an extremely low crime rate, especially gun crime, why was Hobart chosen as the location for this seminar? Sydney and Melbourne each had more gun crime than all of Tasmania, even though it was relatively unknown on the mainland at the time. So why choose such an unlikely location for such a specific seminar? Further, a conference of 700 journalists from the Pacific Area Newspapers Publishers Association had been organised for Hobart, due to start on that Monday. So the hotels in the city were crammed with reporters conveniently placed to beam footage of the tragedy into televisions all over the world. Australia's ABC and Channel 9 had a relationship not only with Jeff Easton, a specially trained police media liaison, but also a direct link with America's CNN. In a breach of all police protocol, reporters were taken in buses to the site and trampled all over the crime scene before the forensic examination had finished. They even photographed a rifle on the roof of Seascape well before the forensic team got it. Taken separately, these seem unremarkable, but when put together, they clearly show that there was foreknowledge of the shooting and steps were taken to maximise the impact. There was no possible way for Martin Bryant to organise these seminars all for the same day. Other people in both the state and federal government had to be involved. How many unanswered questions and coincidences does it take before we accept that there needs to be a formal investigation? There is reasonable doubt and zero DNA evidence that Martin Bryant was in the cafe. The victims and their families deserve closure, and we all need the truth.